hopefully you can hear me, or otherwise we're gonna have a really big issue. I held a poll on Twitter, and today's video is gonna be about my fitness journey. I'm gonna make this as brief and to the point as humanly possible. Growing up, I've always been the smaller girl. I am currently like 5'2" 3/4. I like to say 5'3" to make myself feel better. And growing up, I played sports. I always had really thick legs, something that I absolutely hated about myself. I know hate's a strong word. That's how I felt, being completely transparent, whatever. So it's in that mentality of being very competitive with everything I did, what I looked like, whatever. Always insecure with the way I looked. I had huge buck teeth. I had the biggest gap in the world, chubby cheeks. A lot of my friends, like growing up, I was always anxious, shy. They were always outgoing, and you know, we're always like with boyfriends and whatever. And I was just like always on the sideline. I had friends, didn't feel comfortable with who I was. And 6th to 7th grade, I really started paying more attention to myself compared to others, how I felt in my clothes. Like I would feel gross some days, and I would grab at my stomach, things that someone that age should not be focusing on. At that point, food wasn't the biggest deal. It was just more the body dysmorphia that was really kicking in, convincing myself I didn't look a certain way when in reality I really did. And when I got to high school is when things started really getting bad. Freshman year, super shy. I had braces till I was a junior in high school. Upon having braces, it just sort of threw me off because here I am not feeling comfortable with who I was, and now I have metal stuck on my teeth. And I know growing up I thought braces were the coolest thing in the fucking world. All I wanted to do was have braces on my teeth. The minute I got them, I wanted to rip them off, and I just wanted to run away. Growing up in a city like New York, everyone's super just trying to be the best that they can be, look the best that they can. So in high school, I was paying attention to what I was eating. I played softball, basketball, and volleyball. And with that much activity, I wasn't going to the gym, but I was doing vlog-a-lotties. Whenever I did go to the gym, it was just for cardio because, of course, I wanted to lose weight. I have a fear of treadmills. I'm always afraid I'm gonna fall off and bust my face open. I'd go on the elliptical for like hours, and there were times where my mom literally called the gym and had to tell me to leave. Freshman year, sophomore year is more clean eating. This escalated. I had same 3 meals, I kid you not, from sophomore year to senior year of high school. I don't know how I lasted. It was not enough food. I thought protein was like all you needed because I hated carbs and I hated fat. I never let myself go out with friends to eat. I was too scared. Then it started getting to the point of family dinner. I'd go, but I'd eat it and then just instant regret, which means more exercise. If you're eating and then thinking about how you can burn it off, that's not healthy. The scale wrecked my life. I rarely weigh myself nowadays, but it's not a factor of how beautiful you are, or what you look like, what you can and can't do in your life. It is a gravitational pull on a freaking piece of metal that you stand on. You shouldn't let a number dictate you because you're better than that. It got to the point I'd have my breakfast before school, so I wouldn't even like bring my own for lunch. Dried Special K cereal for lunch, go to the gym doing cardio, then like have a chicken breast. I remember being so freaking miserable, thinking that it was worth it just to have a body that like was not maintainable or anything. Don't know why I wrecked myself, and I really wish that I would have seen how great life was during that time, because even though I had a blast in high school, that took over my life. I lost a good amount of weight very quickly, and that's when a lot of my friends started realizing I would still go out with my friends, but I'd bring my own food. Totally regret it all, but could I help it? I could have helped it. I could have pushed everything out of my head, but you have to realize it's not that easy, and people that have been through this know it's not that easy. If you know someone that's struggling, or you think they're struggling, and you haven't suffered yourself, don't make brash judgments about that person. You do not know anyone's story. For people these days to make jokes about eating disorders and stuff like that really pisses me off. But if someone has done that to you, give me their address. Freshman year of college, I go to University of Vermont. I left after the first semester. I was not eating. I was too nervous to go to the dining hall. What I would eat was from the vegan station. I'd just eat salads. I still had like my oatmeal, all that stuff during the day, because I needed that. I'd have my chicken, my sweet potato, tuna, whatever, my membership, but I was too scared. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. I thought that lifting was gonna make me bulky, okay? Flash, it does not. Absolutely does not do that. Eat a lot of food, lift all the weights, you're done. I was shriveling up. I hit the lowest weight I did while I was there. It caused me to lose my period. Sorry guys, but nearly a year and a half. It was probably the most eye-opening thing in this. I took myself out of school on medical leave because I just knew if I stayed there longer, it would have probably killed me. I was basically diagnosed with anorexia and orthorexia, and I just didn't know what to do besides wanting to go home. I gained weight back when I was at University of Vermont. That is where my food account started. It started as the Clean Foodie Diaries, and I used it as an outlet for when I was having tough days. I just needed support, and you guys started then, and you guys have just kept going, and I love it every single day. I transferred schools when I got back home. That March, I started tracking using IIFYM, aka If It Fits Your Macros, was probably the biggest change in my life. And I don't want to say it saved me. A lot of people argue that IIFYM is still a form of disordered eating, not an eating disorder, but disordered eating. Flexible dieting, it showed me how much I should be eating, how little I was eating. I was so scared to trust this because I was just like, oh my god, fats, carbs, are you kidding me? Like, I can have Oreos, I can have peanut butter, like 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, not 1. I tracked, started tracking, still tracking to today, but way more lenient. And I think that's what's so important is I did go from that restrictive mindset into IIFYM where it's based around numbers. And I'm not gonna lie that I did get restrictive with IIFYM in the beginning. I was so scared to go off these numbers because I thought that meant screwing up everything. And it didn't at all. And that's what I've seen over the past 2 years of counting is that how flexible you are supposed to be. You want to be consistent with everything that you do, but there's a time and a place, and there, you know, if life happens, you take it and you go with it. Don't worry about the goddamn numbers. They're gonna be there tomorrow, they'll be there next week. Life comes first. If you're competing, then that's a completely different story. If you are a normal person and you are tracking and your friends are like, let's go get pizza, go get the goddamn pizza. For my sake, go get the pizza. You know, some people feel better tracking. Think about anyone that doesn't track or does track. Place for everything, and just be open to it. Don't use this lifestyle as a way to restrict yourself. And this was gonna turn into a rant, and I knew it would. Like, journey, I guess. That's just my quick story. Still tracking, bulking. If you want me to make a video about how I feel bulking as a girl, please let me know down below. That is something I've been getting so many DMs about and so many questions about, and I would love to do a video on it because I do have a lot to say. 2016, I'm happy. It's definitely been life-changing because I've gotten the results that I did not think I would get. Like, guys, I didn't have a butt. Now I have a butt. Like, that's insane. Because I am eating what I want, not restricting myself. I'm going out with my friends. So good. And yeah, I have days where it's like super, super hard to push out the negativity. Realize, like, yeah, I'm gaining weight, but there's a goal in mind to do so. Lifting and this lifestyle so far, seeing where I came from is just like blows my mind because I never thought I'd be in a position where one, I'd be like telling this story to people, being in a gym, and I don't know, I never saw myself ever like living my life to a degree, enjoying my life and enjoying food and enjoying all this. I was always stuck in this rut. Great, I have to eat this. Have to. I didn't have to for anyone or anything. I forced myself when I didn't need to. It's a way to better yourself correctly, but there's a way to do it incorrectly. I think talking to you guys right now, I never really truly realized how grateful I am. It's all worth it. That's why I was saying about comfort zones. Take the risk. If you need help, take the risk. If you are scared to go to the gym, go to the gym. Are you afraid to go out with your friends? Go out, see what it's like. Just challenge yourself. Yes, it's so scary, I know, but go do it. Go do it once, see how it goes over. There's no reason to stay in a zone where you know you're just gonna keep thinking about doing that thing. Just go do it.
Do it! Just do it!
I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.